Looking at the end of the day here, we are focused on the 3 20-minute segments of the last hour of the day. Each tends to have its own little psychology. So what I'm looking for is the 5-minute, and we can do the ES, NQ, and YM. The YM's the one I like the most. So you look at the 5-minute chart, and we got our first blue grab candle on the YM. So one of two, arguably three criteria is met. I've got Darvis containment. I've got my first blue grab candle, and I'm waiting to see if this market's going to shoot down through 25 to 76, which is this Darvis low, which is pretty much at the bottom line of the wave. If you want to go with 25 to 75, that's fine. It's about 20 points away from where we sit, which for the Dow isn't much at all. So if we're going to get a quick sell-off through that level, that's what I'm talking about. So basically what you could do is look at the 25 to 75 short, and I'm doing this live right now, and you would look for the short. Until that level is broken, you don't want to do anything. The other thing you can do, and the why of it is it's Friday, we haven't seen any profit taking so far, we've lost dots, we've printed our first blue grab candle, we have Darvis containment, and we're looking at the last 35 minutes of the day. And if anybody doesn't want to take profits into the week, or doesn't want to take a full position into the weekend, or actually wants to pay themselves, all I'm looking for is just a quick rollover into this area right here. My overall bias for the market is pretty much still long, but because I don't have 5 dots on the YM, I can't justify that unless, and this is a little bit different, attacked to take on the same levels. If you might say, okay, Rag, I'm not worried about the profit taking, which I think is something to keep in mind. I'm not worried about the profit taking. I'll take just the buy on support. That same level that would be a threshold for what I think could be bearish momentum at 276, 275. That same level could be what we call a pressing validity buy. In other words, it's the very last level that I would expect buyers to come in and support to keep this market moving higher. And had this not been a Friday, I'd probably emphasize that setup a little bit more. But since it's a Friday, and a Friday where the market hasn't taken profit yet, you'll see that there's a slight bearish bias that I have. Ideally, again, we do not have dots. S&P and Dow both qualify. Ideally, we have Darvis containment that's holding. So this would really disqualify the ES. And if you take a look at the NQ, it's actually plotted its 5th dot. It's tough to want to bet against the NQ in this state, meaning if we can pull back to approximately 7103, 7104 on a buy, now we can buy that. 7103, 7104, there's your Darvis level. We can look for a buy off that. If it were to sink down, we've got the 5 dots, consistent green. Now, ES already disqualified itself. Look at the nuance there, breaking the Darvis. If my NQ is looking pretty strong, you don't want to bet against the ES rolling over. So if we take a profit-taking nosedive, focus on the YM. If the market looks like it wants to rip higher, just the actual tools are telling us focus on the NQ with the 5 dots and the steady green, and then maybe the ES joins along. But I'm not looking for a buy through resistance. I'm looking like a buy off of the 7103, 7104 area after approximately a 9-point sell-off, which would represent half of the hourly price movement range, a lower half of the hourly price movement range for the NQ.